Guys, in yesterday's video, I talked about being careful with this Bitcoin move potentially being a trap. Today, I am going to talk about what I see happening for Bitcoin. I'm going to talk about the reason why we actually went up and then had a rather big pullback right here, erasing the push towards the upside. I'm going to talk about everything you need to know because things are getting really crazy here behind the scenes in the crypto market. Even though the price action is boring, there is a lot of things happening which you need to pay attention to right now because it is going to have a big effect moving forward. So very important stuff to talk about today, guys. Make sure to stick around from the beginning until the end of this video. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's get straight into it. And what I said yesterday, guys, if you watch my video, is to be careful with this pump towards the upside, because we hit the resistance level right here and we weren't able to convincingly get above it. In fact, not only did we not get above it on the candle basis, even this wick right here created a lower wick than the previous one. So if you just look at this, this was not a very strong, I mean, yes, the move was nice from the orange box down here, but up to $61,000, we didn't manage to really give this a good try and get above it and try to establish this as support. So we didn't manage to do that. And if you look at the daily time frame, you know that I said that the moving average here was pushing us down. And you can see how this has been pushing us down multiple times before. This orange moving average right here pushed us down here, a couple of times here, and now yesterday as well, it pushed us down. So yes, we had to be careful with yesterday's move, and unfortunately, what I wanted to see, which is for us to take out first the previous swing highs right here, and then make a serious try to test the $63,300 level. We didn't manage to do that, so overall, guys, my thesis is still the same. What you're seeing right now is just sideways consolidation for Bitcoin, and there's gonna come a point when this completely flips. There's gonna come a point when Bitcoin goes on a massive run towards the upside, but for now, I think it's gonna be pretty soon, but right now you are not seeing the signs of that actually happening. So as soon as we see that, as soon as we start to see longer term trends being broken, and the first trend we need to break is exactly the one I talked about, taking out these previous swing highs and making a big and proper try for $63,500. So until we see that, guys, I'm still expecting us to go sideways here for a little bit, but that is gonna happen eventually. So I am not worried about that. In fact, you know, I have my trades here, which I will talk about more here in a bit. But yes, this is what we're seeing right now. For traditional markets on the futures are still doing pretty well. We're still, what is that, a few percent, 1.5% of our previous all-time high in traditional markets. So that is also looking pretty well. On the 2-day chart, we are in the middle of this thing. So yeah, same distance towards the upside and towards the downside. As you can see, big resistance, big support. So we're keeping our eyes on this as well, of course. Now, let me get into some very important stuff. So yesterday, you can see that Donald Trump promised gigantic tax cuts to Americans, okay? So that sounds very well. And at the same time, Kamala Harris spoke yesterday, and she is backing President Biden's 44.6% capital gains tax proposal, which will be the highest in history. The proposal also includes a 25% tax on unrealized gains for high net worth individuals. So yeah, things are not looking too good if Kamala Harris is going to be elected for people in the United States. That is just my opinion, but this looks very bad, because look at this. This would mark the highest long-term capital gains tax since 1922, just like I said. The plan also proposed the 25% tax on unrealized capital gains, which is crazy because you haven't sold anything. Now, also, let's look at this. Kamala Harris said she would raise the corporate tax rate to 28% if she is elected president. The corporate tax rate is currently 21%. This would be the highest corporate tax rate in over 40 years. So, yeah, this is interesting to see. However, this led into Donald Trump actually taking the lead in the election again. So 52% compared to 47%. So that is good to see. And yeah, it's not that long left, guys. It's 76 days. And then we're going to have this election behind us. So yeah, very important cause of volatility is coming up here for Bitcoin and for the markets in general. But just remember that before we go into the banana zone in every Bitcoin cycle, when Bitcoin goes parabolic, maybe not as much as this, but yeah, you get the point. We always had a boring zone before that. We had a boring zone right here, and then we go into massive pumps. You have a boring zone right here, massive pumps, boring zone, and boring zone is where we are at right now as well. So we are going to have that second phase of the bull market, in my opinion, and it is very important to have patience right now and just build your position over time. Now, let us look at Mt. Gox. So they sent another $784 million to a separate wallet. And yes, they are potentially going to distribute that to people. Some people are going to sell, some people are going to hold, whatever. But the important thing is that Mt. Gox only now has $2 billion worth left of Bitcoin. So this is huge. Why? Because this has been such a saga since many, many years. I mean, since like 2015, that's almost 10 years. This has been a thing, and it's always been such a big cause for FUD. Like, oh, Mt. Gox is gonna dump Bitcoin, whatever. They're almost out of Bitcoin, so this thing is soon over. So that is absolutely fantastic. Now, let us talk about something else as well, because this is actually bullish. Because stable coins market cap has hit a record of $165 billion, which is the highest ever. So this means that there's more stable coins in the market, which means that there is more stable coins potentially being used to buy Bitcoin once the bull market starts to go nuts again, right? So this is all good. All of the important metrics here are going in favor of Bitcoin. Now, one thing I wanted to mention is sometimes I bring out this chart and I say that, okay, if we come up to this point, for instance, you will have $177 million worth of liquidations. You're going to have a short squeeze, and that short squeeze is going to lead into Bitcoin going up higher. But some people are asking me questions about this. Let me just show you using the move you saw yesterday. So this move right here, when we went up and when we went down. Let me show you how the whales are playing the market and how they're using liquidations and leverage to actually make profit and flush out people. Okay, so this is the Bitcoin price here at the top. And you can see the same move. We went up to 61,500 and then you did have this drop down to 58,400. And what you have down here is the aggregated open interest. So this means how much are people using leverage? Like how much money is being poured into using leverage on Bitcoin in this case. And then down here, you have the liquidations, right? So here you have a big spike of liquidations, and then here you have a big spike of liquidations as well. So let me show you what this all means. It means that Bitcoin started to go up right here, okay? Bitcoin started to go up as more and more people were getting into big longs, pushing up the Bitcoin price. This is very, very clear here from the open interest rising very, very quickly here at the same time as Bitcoin is going up. So a lot of people are jumping into longs right here. And at the same time, you can see a big spike in short liquidations here, which means that at the same time, people were jumping into longs and Bitcoin price was going up and shorts were getting liquidated at the same time, pushing the price up much higher, okay? And then when a lot of people are long right here, well, the whales start to dump the price. You can see the open interest remains the same right here. And here they start to close their longs, they start to close their positions. And you have big red candles towards the downside. The open interest goes down as people are getting out of their leverage positions. And at the same time, you have a lot of long liquidations right here as well, which fuels more drops here for Bitcoin. So this is how it means. When I bring out that other chart and I say, okay, you're going to have a lot of liquidations at this point, which can lead into a squeeze. That is exactly what you had right here. When we went up. And then at the same time, they will try to play it towards the downside sometimes, and they get to profit off of the difference. So I just wanted to explain that a little bit more. I hope that that was helpful for you. That is why I, by the way, love to use my trading strategies here, because as long as you make sure to not get liquidated, they take advantage of this volatility. They buy at the way down, and then they take profit on the way up, and then they buy again at the way down. So that is absolutely fantastic. That is why this one is at 42% profit. Okay, this one is at minus 80%, which is not looking really good. But remember, okay, this one is at minus 80%, but I make the decision to keep this open. And if you look at all of the bots I've been using, all of my strategies, still, we made $695,000 so far using my trading strategies. Everything has been documented on my channel. From the very first time I used this, everything is on my channel. So all of these profits have been documented on my channel. So that is all fine. And I'm just waiting for prices to be higher. And this one is going to be at profit as well. So overall, we are going to make over $1 million publicly here on the channel. I have no doubts about that. But we need Bitcoin to go up higher first. So that is all great, guys. And I will keep you updated as always. And of course, if you want to use these trading strategies yourself also, then make sure to go to the description of this video. You got the OKX where you can use it. You get up to $60,000 in deposit bonuses as well. So click on this link, click join now. If you cannot use OKX, and by the way, once you have signed up, you go down and then you click on this link to set up the settings for the bot. If you cannot use OKX, then you have BitGet. You get up to $40,000 using BitGet as well. And they allow more countries than OKX. And if you want to use BitGet, sign up first. And then once you have signed up and claim the bonus, you click on this link to use that strategy as well. And if you want to know more about exactly how it works, make sure to go to the top of the description. You have the tutorial right here. All right, guys, that is what I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.